Hey there, this is Brant's Three Things, and today, by the way, we talk about this stuff on the radio show and on our podcast if you're interested, but today is three reasons why you should love your enemies. Hard as it is, three reasons why. The first reason is pretty basic. I've written this on the board. By the way, very nice. This whole thing, pretty nice. Anyway, first thing, Jesus said so. For real, for whatever reason, churches today, and I've experienced this growing up, and then I was even a youth minister for a while. And I didn't talk about it much. We don't talk about it much, and yet it's huge as a teaching of Christ. And if you go back to the early church writings, the first couple centuries of the church, this was the most talked about command. It was like, that's the thing. This is what makes us different. Nobody else does this. The rest of the world, all the different religious teachings, all the different ways that people operate. Loving your enemies is just shocking, but Jesus makes it clear we have to do this. And by the way, he's the smartest person who ever lived. In addition to being the Son of God, he knows how we thrive, and he's telling us to do it. Like it might be really good for us. And that's kind of the second part of this. Another reason to love your enemies. I feel like a weatherman. This is cool. When I have a suit on like this, I can do and then I back out. Like that. Anyway, it actually shapes your heart when you do it. It's very healthy. It's remarkable if you just start praying for somebody that you can't stand or somebody who seems out to get you, drives you crazy, sends your blood pressure up as soon as you think about them. Start praying for that person and not just praying like, God, please, whatever for this person, but actually really want them to be blessed. Wow, it changes your heart. It reduces the threat that person poses, so that helps you settle down and have less anxiety in your life. But what's really weird is I know this from experience, like it starts to bend your heart towards that person, where you can almost, or even more than almost, you actually start rooting for them because you started doing something for them, and that's praying. And you know this too, like anytime you serve somebody tangibly, like anytime you do anything for somebody, it makes your heart grow larger towards that person. Well, praying for somebody is the same thing. And that's a great way to love your enemies, because when you're praying for blessing on them, even things like, God, please bless this person even more than me in my career field, if they're in your career field, or please bless this person's efforts. As hard as it is to get that out there, like, it's really helpful. I'm halting about this because I know how hard it is, and I'm thinking about it. Third thing, let's face it, it just freaks people out. It really does. Nobody else. Who loves their enemies in this culture? It's the freakiest thing. So if for no other reason, I like freaking people out. So if for no other reason, put that on there. I think the Jesus thing should trump that, but you know what I'm saying. It really does. It is so countercultural. It is so fundamentally different. It is so obviously a Jesus thing that people are like, when they see it, it's like a lightning strike. Like the people at Emmanuel Church forgiving the guy who went in and killed many people in a Bible study. Like that forgiveness to people is like, what? How's it even possible? And they're saying, it's possible because of who Jesus is. That's the only way. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. It really does freak people out in the best way. So those three starter reasons why you should love your enemies.